I started with the YMCA in university. I thought I wanted to be a school teacher. I did my practicum teaching in school and I hated it. I went to my advisor and I said, I don't know what to do. I think I took the wrong courses in university. I need to change. And he said, listen to why and said, have you ever considered the YMCA? And I was like, no, because everything you just told me about what you want to do in your career seems like a fit with the YMCA. Why don't we get you hooked up with a practicum at the YMCA? I did my practicum and I never looked back because I got a job right after my practicum.
I've had the pleasure of working with Tammy in terms of my 25 years for probably 20 of the last 25 years. It's been a real pleasure to work with Tammy, and I would say you know, I've been her supervisor for a good chunk of that time. While she may have gained through our working relationship, I feel I've equally gained from her strength of leadership, her experience, her commitment to her role. So it's certainly been an opportunity for both of us to grow and develop together. In terms of what I really appreciate about working with Tammy, as her supervisor and mentor, she's an incredibly self-aware staff member who really focuses diligently on her development, her personal development. She is very open and receptive to feedback, and very motivated when she receives feedback to work to change in a positive way. She's a leader that has very high personal standards. She pushes others to be better and to focus on positive change. And I would say again, you know, as a leader, she is valued by me because she pushes me as well.
I first started working with Tammy in 2012 when I met her as the Aquatic Supervisor at William Lusky, but I really started to get to know Tammy really well when I became the Aquatics Director, and she became my supervisor at that time in 2014.
I don't remember when I first started working with Tammy, but I do remember the first time I met her, and that was when she was still working in Fort McMurray in Wood Buffalo YMCA. And I was the MRC coordinator doing training for frontline staff, entry-level management at Camp Chief Hector. And wonderful opportunity for both of us. We both loved the out of doors. And part of our training was always being able to use the facilities and to go on the high ropes course and the wall climbing. And I think she may have even been my belay partner for that first time. So many years ago.
I've had the privilege of knowing Tammy for 25 years, and we in some ways have grown up in the YMCA together. Tammy's had a great opportunity to work in two other associations apart from ours, up in Fort McMurray and in the Calgary Y for a brief time, and then she came and joined our team here. Tammy has worked in health, fitness, and aquatics and has been an absolute leader as a center manager and held a number of different positions as she's grown and developed in her career. Today she oversees the programs across the association in terms of quality assurance and making sure that they're safe and the highest quality of program and service delivery. But she's also been charged with taking on some new programs and trying to innovate, and so that we're being relevant in who we are today.
After 25 years, what continues to drive my passion at the YMCA is teamwork. As a child, I always loved playing sports. I was one of those kids where my parents would always have to call me in at the end of the night and find me. And so that's what always keeps me at the YMCA, is being part of a team. And I'll be honest, I like being the team captain. But it's being part of a team. Doesn't matter what role it is. That's what keeps me at the Y the most, and being able to help people through that teamwork.
She's most well known for her skills as a coach and a mentor. She's very committed to the development of people, both her direct reports and others that work in health, fitness, and aquatics. And I would say she's well known as somebody that's very skilled at helping bring the best out of staff members. She's also recognized as a developer of people through the YMCA Canada Training Educator Program. And so she's a training educator and she's involved in helping develop other trainers and leaders within the YMCA, whether it be fitness trainers, aquatics trainers, coaching for peak performance trainers, and she again is well respected within the Y Canada movement as a training educator and is called upon regularly to help support training across the country and certainly in our western region.
One of the values that I see in Tammy and I really value is her ability to see potential in individuals and in some of our newer, younger staff members. And she works with those staff, trying to provide them with leadership opportunities, with training opportunities, mentoring them so that they can continue to take on greater roles in the YMCA, to pass on the information to more of our members and more of our leaders within the YMCA. It's a great attribute that she has of really bringing people along and having them reach their potential by training others.
I think Tammy's values complement the Y perfectly. I think Tammy's been working for the Y for so long that I don't think she could work here without her values matching those of the YMCA. I think she really lives and breathes them. Like, she's very honest. She takes everything on herself. Like, she's a great leader, and she makes sure that I guess people are honest and respectful of each other, and there's social diversity and inclusion. Like, she'll call you out on anything that or anything in the center or any member that she doesn't feel is living up to our values, but she'll call them out in a respectful way that helps them to understand and learn what our values really are. And I know that, like, I hang out with Tammy in her personal life, and I know that she's a great reflection of the YMCA values.
One of Tammy's passions, and it comes through, and where her leadership has really helped our Y, is around physical literacy and our children and youth programming. It's something that's Tammy's very passionate about, and she has Tammy has made a significant difference in our children, youth, and summer day camp program. A number of years ago, our day camps were in a competitive market and were in decline. Tammy and under a number of others really looked at our camps and repositioned. We eliminated camps, added some, and increased the quality and the training of our day camps. And today we are serving about 9,000 children each summer in our summer day camps, which is a huge part of our operation. And a lot of that credit needs to go to Tammy for the excellent work and her passion to ensure that physical literacy and children's activities are part of everything we do. It's not just in a swim lesson, but all programs in our Y have some component of physical activity, and so that children are learning the basic fundamentals of movement and having fun.
The reason why I'm so passionate about training and mentoring and coaching others is because of what they say, the impact that it has on them. At the end of training, we always joke around and call it the kumbaya. It's like, oh, well, let's all join hands and sing kumbaya. And I joke around, but it's really about when they get to reflect on what they learned. And it's what they say that always impacts me the most, when I see how much they learned about themselves and how excited they are about applying their new learning. That's what really drives me as a trainer and gets me so excited and passionate, is that people learn about themselves and they learn about others, and it's very impactful for them.
One of my favorite stories of Tammy is when Harry Potter was released. She fell in love with the story, all the creativity of what went into the book. Tammy has a passion for children. She is very creative with special events, and she put on Harry Potter special events at William Lutsky a couple of times. Each time that the event was held, it was sold out immediately. The staff, the volunteers, the participants who came were all in character. The multi-purpose room was transformed into a Harry Potter world. She took a number of the key aspects of the book and downsized it for children to be able to play it, play with it, get their hands in it, created potions that they could all be, you know, submerged in. And I'd have to say that those were the most heartwarming special events I've ever seen because of how much she put into it and how much the children took away from it. And when the parents took the children home, I would say that those children felt that they had been transported to Hogwarts for that very short period of time.